Hi, Aliza.
Hey, I couldn't hear anything, so I was wondering, like, okay, I hope I got this working.
Okay, you okay? You here?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we should just say it, whatever, you know what I mean? Whoever's on now. Anyway, hi, Karen. So nice to see you.
Oh, I always forget to look at the little things.
Yeah, I'm not very good at them either.
Hey, everybody. Ah, how's it
Okay,
going? You
do you
know,
have,
it's a holiday today in
I know
America.
it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yay. Are you, are you very, like, what do you do on Thanksgiving? Do you do
Well,
anything
my
interesting?
Thanksgiving tradition is a little different than others. I have Thanksgiving every Shabbos, so I don't like cooking. So my things go to the beach.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, every Thanksgiving for like as long as I can remember.
Oh, wow. Which one do you go to? Down.
I usually go to, should I show you? I
Yeah, sure.
painted it. It's called Thank You. It's called it's right before Zuma. It's called, I don't know why I'm blanking. Um, it's like past Malibu, but it's really nice.
Oh, wow.
It's gonna come to me and then I'll tell you.
Okay.
My
Very
brain's
good.
stuck.
How was your week this week anyway?
Thank God, really busy, really hectic, really hectic. But I accomplished a few things that I was trying to do. I don't know if I told, I think I might have told you that I did this book.
Oh, yeah. How's it going?
I did it. Whatever it is, it's done.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm glad about
Could
that.
you explain to everybody what you did?
So no, so basically, I put together a book. I'm doing a show really soon, and whenever you're doing a show, you're only showing a few pieces. So I felt like if I had a book that showed everything, um, then you can kind of come and look at it. So anyway, I ended up, and it's kind of hard because I didn't realize, I think I put like 80 paintings in the book. So I didn't put everything, and I didn't put anything that I did as commission pieces. And this week I was really trying to finish some commission pieces also. So anyway, busy,
I
but
think
good.
I think I
Thank
think
God.
we really should remind everybody of who we are
Oh yeah.
because not every time does everybody know who we are. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm Connie Schreibhan, the editor of the Uplift magazine, and this is my friend Aliza Marton, who's the art editor of the Uplift magazine. And it's a Jewish woman's magazine. It's a woman to woman conversation, which we're going to continue having once a week on. We're either going to make it into a podcast completely and then send the link on here or continue it this way. We're just deciding, we're making like a pilot to see which way it works best. And what we're trying to do is to talk about all the ups and downs of the week and as grandparents, how we look at life. I think because as a grandparent, we sometimes look at life in a totally different way.
Oh
We've
yeah.
been there, we've done that,
Yeah.
and we don't, hassle as much. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the younger generation sometimes gets a little bit flustered. And I think we're here to tell them that, we survived. You will too. And
Yeah.
Aliza was just going, and Aliza's making an art show. That's what she was talking about before. She's putting up an art show in LA in a school. Which school was it, Aliza?
It's going to be the Yavna Boutique.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's Yavna Hebrew Academy. It's like on the La Brea side of town.
Do you know when it is, the date?
Oh yeah, December 4th, a week from this Sunday.
Okay, so if anyone here is from the LA crowd, now you know.
Yeah, thank you.
We give plugs. That's what we also do. We give plugs.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Thanks. I didn't even think of it. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So today, I think the discussion I wanted to have with you today is if I was saying if everyone's followed the little story thing that I send out beforehand. I saw two really interesting articles this week, but they were so contradictory and they were right on top of each other. And it just like really threw my mind how so contradictory two articles could be. And I thought that, it's
Here,
something
say
to
what they
have.
are.
Okay,
Say
so
what
the
they are.
first one was saying that the LVMH, which is a very big luxury conglomerate. They take care of Louis Vuitton, they take care of Hermes, they take care of, they have these really, I think Tiffany's under them. They have these really, really big makes. They were saying that the profits for the year 2021, which has been, is online to reach a 21% rise, which is truly amazing because it's, okay. Then
it's very contradictory. Like you would just never think that.
Yeah. And then underneath that, the next one said the Bank of England, which I would say is all, I mean, everybody is feeling the same thing. So I'm sure it's not just the Bank of England. The Bank of England said that the recession that's due to come now is going to be the worst recession since history was recorded about recessions, which was like so opposite extremes, and they were right on top of each other. And I was just thinking, what's your thoughts? I know what my thoughts are. Let's hear what your thoughts are first.
So I'll tell you what my thoughts are. Like if let's go to Pesach for a minute, right? Chad Gadya to Zuzim, right? What is Zuzim? Zuzim is money, currency, right? So, but what does Zuz mean? Zuz means to move, right? Move over. So I think that's what money does. It's always moving. It's always moving from one hand to the next, to the next, to the next. And so someone's always making something as someone's always losing something. And I think in today's society, you have people who are extremely wealthy and you have people who are, I live in Los Angeles where there's like a huge homeless problem. So people are really on such opposite
spectrums.
Yeah. I don't think it was ever like this where you have, Jeff Bezos from Amazon and you have, what's his name?
Elon Musk
And all these people. So you have those extremes and then you have, complete poverty, people lying on the street who don't have anything. So it's a very, I think we have a very big split, which really, if you look at America right now, anyway, everyone's so divided, not just financially, but politically and there is such a huge divide right now. I think with everything, I don't see any like Afta's togetherness in any way.
Anyway.
I don't know.
It's true.
What are your thoughts? That's what
my thoughts were totally, in a way, it was a totally different thing. I was wondering if because people are starting to save money and be more careful of what they spend on, if the throw-out society of just buying has gone and people are thinking much more deeply to what they buy, so they'll buy more of a luxury product that will last for longer rather than just... I wonder, I don't know, but I mean, this whole thing is like saving the planet and all that. I mean, I personally don't see what the luxury item is so much better than the cheap one, but people are saying it is. So I don't know. Does anyone have any other thoughts on that? I mean, I'd love to hear everybody else's thoughts. If anyone has anything, you put it in the comment box because it would be really interesting to hear what other people think about it. But what do you think about that, Aliza? Do you think that that's...
I think people who really can't afford something aren't going out there and just spending.
No.
I don't think so.
I also find, do you think that the classes have been divided? Like it used to be people who don't have money, then there was the middle ground, and then there was the very, very wealthy. I mean, there was the wealthy and then there was the very wealthy. So it's like 4 different tiers. I find that the middle ground is no more the middle ground because that middle ground is very, very poor today because everything has shot up so much in price wise and everything that, and there's no...
No, I think you have a really good point. I think you're on point. I do. I think there really is a big divide. And I think also, I don't know. I think there is such a separation there.
Yeah, it's funny because you remember when I came to LA and I went to that hotel. What was that hotel?
Oh, the
When you were
Beverly
telling me it
Hills.
was Kim Kardashian and all these people
Oh
go
yeah,
there, and I'm
that was the
thinking,
Beverly Hills
what
Hotel.
a
That's
different.
right in it.
Yeah, that's it. That's. But do you find that a lot of our young girls are trying to be this, star in our circles, with the names and all that? Do you think that that's very, very prevalent by us now?
That's a really good question. Um, you know, okay, so my girls have not been in high school in a while. So I can't say specifically because I feel like I'm not really in that group.
But I'm not even talking about young as that. I'm thinking even young married, young girls who are starting off life. I mean, when we started off life, I don't know about you, but by me, it was I could get secondhand furniture. My house
I
was
still have that secondhand
me
furniture.
too, okay?
Oh my
And yet
goodness.
today, they don't want that. It's a totally different
Yeah.
age.
Well, okay, so this is what I think. I think when we were growing up, I think um, we first had a cardboard box, and then and then my in-laws gave us a card table. And then we got married the year, it was 1994. It was the year of the floods and the fires here in LA. So there was a guy who had his home, everything was burnt up to his home. So he wanted to move out of there and put all his stuff in storage. And after sitting there for a while, he sold it to us because we were the only people who looked into it. So we ended up, so all our stuff came that way. We were, more thrifty. We were also supporting ourselves. Now we support our children. So we're living in a time where our children don't really have to worry about that in the same way. And
Do you think that's good or bad?
I think it's both.
Okay, so let's say,
Yeah.
why do you think it's good?
I
It's
think
always good to go with the
because,
good first.
yeah. Well, I think it's good because they're really getting that time to strengthen that relationship and learn. And I think going into, I mean, that's my kids. So I'm sure everyone's in different places.
Yeah.
But I
okay.
think going into it with learning Torah and starting in that close, like people are taking care of you environment, you don't have to worry as much, and you kind of have that to solidify the relationship. I think in some ways I don't know about everybody, but I think I do see some good things in that. I think the bad thing is when you don't have to do something yourself, you don't appreciate it the same way. Everything that you worked for, I don't know. So painting,
You
right?
do appreciate it.
Yeah. You appreciate it. You put your time, your money, your everything into it. It's the problem with this generation today, I like the way they say it in Israel, chad pami, one-time use, right? So we're a little bit too much of this throwaway generation. Oh, just throw it out. I can just get another one. So I think that comes from, you really didn't have to work for it if you're ready to just throw it out. Where someone like my parents' generation, I don't know.
There was no chag pami, that's for sure.
Oh my gosh. I mean, the Great Depression, all these different times.
Yeah, it was so different.
So different.
Okay, in my
Holding on to
generation,
everything.
I think when I was growing up, I think it was a mixture. And now I think the mixture stopped a little bit. And I think slowly it's going to have to go back to finding that middle ground again, because I think it's good to help your kids. And I think as a parent, you always want to help your kids, but you have to also know when the child has to start making their own way, because that making your way is what makes you grow up. That's
For sure.
really what I feel.
Parent, you kind of have to figure that out with your children, and not all
Yeah.
your children are the same. So you kind of have to, I love that, all P Darko.
Yeah,
From
100%.
like, everyone on his own path, his own direction. You really don't parent everyone exactly the same. Sometimes it doesn't look fair, but everyone really needs something else, and you really have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
and give them what they need. I think that is um,
A
I think
fair thing.
yeah,
It is. It's true.
it's
It's
funny.
totally
It's
true.
actually more fair, but it looks more unfair
Yeah.
sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that's what you really need. Everyone really, it's just with everything. We learn differently. We just have different needs. You know?
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I think on on this, I think we could go on for a very long time. But I think, truthfully, I think that what we were both saying was true. Your point of view and my point of view, and I think we both have to come to together. It becomes something. So
Yeah.
me saying that it might be because people are saving, and you saying because the world turns around. It's all it's all really the same thing. The truth is, the world does turn around. Money does come and money does go, and it's mamish.
So it's moving.
A gilgul, it's like a
Yeah,
wheel.
exactly.
Yeah, 100%. Anyway, on the next thing, we were any recipes this week, what we're going to share.
It's funny. I was just talking to a friend yesterday. She was saying to me, she's saying, how do you do it? Like, she really misses her kids being home, and it is hard. It's a big adjustment. And she was talking about cooking, and I've come to a place where I think I really used to like it, and I really don't. So it's just, I think I'm good with Shabbos, and then the rest of the week, hello, can someone just take care of me instead? But okay.
I think you should share the recipe with that salad. I really love it. With
Wait, which one?
I love the one that I've done it a few times now. It's with the roasted vegetables and the.
Oh, okay.
I love that
one. So okay, so that one I do arugula with so the base is arugula, and then separately I cut in strips what do you call it? Portobello mushrooms, and red pepper. I do it on 2 different trays. I put some olive oil, salt, rosemary. No, not rosemary. Sorry, basil, oregano, and thyme. And what did I say? Salt and pepper. And I roast it in the oven. I'm not even sure how long.
It depends on the oven, but when I did it, mine was like 200 I did it on, which it's not the same as yours.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So probably 350 to 400 by me.
Yeah. So I did it on quite high, and then I left it in for like 15-20 minutes, and it was fine.
Okay, so I think I did longer. I think I do a little lower, so probably 350 for a half hour. And then you'll see all the juices and everything. Just throw it all in on top of the arugula, and it's delicious.
It really was. It was delicious. It didn't have, and I think you added a dressing on top, didn't you? I didn't.
No, that was the whole. So all the juice that's on the bottom, just
pour. Okay, I didn't. That's right. I was thinking it's really good.
That's it, because you don't need it. It's all.
No, it's such a good recipe.
Yeah,
I have it throughout the week. So what I do is I put the vegetables. Yeah, I put the vegetables in plastic containers. I do that, and then I first roast it, then I put it into the plastic containers. I put it into my freezer. My fridge, and then throughout the week I'll throw in on top of. I also did on top of spinach. It was very nice.
Yeah, it is good. I don't know, something about the arugula though. It's peppery and I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so that's one. That's a really good, really easy and good recipe. And
in the States, I like getting Organic Girl because it's triple washed and it has a texture. Just putting it out there.
Okay. I never heard of it. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure you don't have it there. It's organic, and it's, I don't know. I just like that it's just so easy.
Wow. Okay. So over here, I made a really good one with aubergine. I roasted the aubergine.
Oh, uh-huh.
So I like
that last night.
You did that? Okay. So I did
eggplant. We call aubergine eggplant here.
Oh, okay. So I did it with eggplant aubergine. I roasted 3 in the oven until they got really hot and crisp. And then I took them out of the oven. I scooped out the stuff, put it into a bowl. And then I added 1 cucumber, very small, chopped very small, I used the green onion. Is that the long one? Scallions. That's what I
Oh
used.
yeah, scallions.
Over here, scallions are called.
Spring
I'm
onions.
so yeah,
Is
spring
it spring
onions.
onions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an American and getting this so mixed up.
That's all right.
Anyways, I went and so I did that, and then I added salt, pepper, lemon, and I just mix it all up, and it's a delicious salad. It's really easy
Yeah,
and
that's
very good.
good.
So that's two good recipes to try. I don't know if anyone tried any of the challah last week,
Oh
but
yeah.
if you didn't try it, it's on. It should be on the bottom of the picture of our last week's live. You should be able to press to get onto the website where it has all the recipes.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
didn't even
that,
check, but yeah.
yeah, very good. And a thoughts for Shabbos. Let's do a little bit of a thoughts for Shabbos because we're
Okay.
going into that. It's actually Rosh Chodesh today.
Yes,
It was
Chodesh
yeah,
Kislev. Yeah.
yeah, Kislev. Wow,
I know. I
believe
can't
we're
believe
so
we're
far.
in Kislev. It's like I don't know. I feel like everything just went so fast.
Very quick.
Yes.
Very quick.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that everyone's going to be
Think
getting
about
ready for
everybody.
now for the Hanukkah thing? Do you make a big thing? Do you make like a theme and your table and no? Do you
No,
make
I'm really traditional. I make homemade what do you call it?
donuts?
Donuts and latkes. I do different latkes each time. Not each time, but I'll make zucchini and potato, and I'll do sometimes I'll do sweet potato latkes, and I don't know, all different latkes.
Do you use a frying pan or do you use these new
I use a
air
frying.
fryers?
No, I just use a frying pan. Really, like old school everything.
Okay.
And then just light, and we'll usually. I'm a stickler for this. We'll sit around the menorah for at least a half hour.
Yeah.
I'm like really a stickler. I'm like, I'm not moving. Anyone can get me anything or whatever. I like really take that seriously. And then and it's nice. I look forward to Hanukkah. Hanukkah's like it's a nice time of year. There's a part of me that's so itching to, like, I do wish I can go to Eretz Yisrael. I'd love to see all the people lighting outside.
Yeah, the menorah. Yeah. Do you? What's its name? Do you do the presents?
Oh, good question. Yeah, we usually do something. If someone wants something, like I'm not so. When my kids were younger, I would do something more. I would do something that was my chance to get like every book and every like, I don't know, all those kind of things. It was really fun. I have a lot of good memories of that time when my kids were so young.
Yeah. It's funny, when I was young, I remember we all used to play in the hallway, and we did kukulach and, chamesh avanim, you know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. We used to do that when I was
played
young.
dreidel. We all played dreidel. I remember it as a kid, and my kids played dreidel.
I remember playing with my kids on the top of the steps, dreidel. It's a cute thing. But what we do is we we have one night a party for the family, and we give very little present. I don't give major present. Yeah. But let's say this year, I mean, when people are trying to save a little bit of money, do we have any ideas that they could use for Hanukkah to get a present, but that it shouldn't be very expensive, and it should be.
It's kind of like when we throw everything in. So, like, my son would love a recorder. I guess I shouldn't post this, but he's so never going to see this, so it's fine. But he wanted a recorder to listen to shirim when he's not in yeshiva.
Yeah.
So that's like a good Hanukkah present. So it's like, so we would get it for him anyway, but it's like, oh, so we'll save it for Hanukkah. It's like in a few weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sort of like, I think that's just how we are. We're more like, what does the person need? Where are they at? What are they thinking? If they're, it could be anything from that to, oh, he's growing. Also, he should probably get a new suit. So let's just throw in the new suit for Shabbos. It's for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's not about the,
Yeah,
it's not about the toy.
That's the timing, and it makes it more special.
Another good idea is if you have a younger kids, actually, if you gather around different art things like sticks, paper, crayons, or markers, and all that stuff, and you just keep on adding it to a bag from now until Hanukkah.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
So that by the time Hanukkah comes, they have like an art bag that's for them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And also, if you see, I mean, now it's too late for most probably this year, but if you see anything throughout the year that your child, like a little rubber or something, a rubber is an eraser or stationery and things like that, and you always put it aside for them, then you just give it to them when they, need it. Not it doesn't have to be.
Make one recommendation also. I think sometimes, really, I think our children want our time more than a gift. Yeah. And I think if you can make some of that time. So something that you can do together, either it's a project together, like you're saying, collect everything and make some sort of art project together. I remember, I think it was last year or the year before, my daughter wanted to learn how to do the paint pouring type of art. Yeah. So we did that together. Or sometimes, this is cute. I've done this. Oh my gosh, I've done this for years. I did this with my husband years ago. He just found something where you make a coupon for something. It could be like one night out.
I saw that. I saw somebody else did that. And she just had a whole book, and she gave it to her husband. And I'll give you 5 minutes of my time, but you have to.
This or that. And they're like little coupons. You cut them out, and it's like, you can have this. Or whatever it is that you're looking for. But I think time is a big deal. I think today, in a time where everyone's so busy with their phones and everyone's so busy with this, or you can't have a normal conversation because you're interrupted every 2 minutes. I think guaranteeing that designated
we give them time.
I think it's a great gift.
I know with my grandchildren, I don't know about how you feel about it. I think yours are too young, most probably, to appreciate it yet. Mine's are a lot older than that. My oldest grandchild was just 17, actually, which is amazing. Yeah, Knina Hara, 222, whatever you're supposed to say. Us Jews, we're knocking and we're banging and we're tooing and we're.
I love it.
Oh, do you do that? Every time I say something, I go, toot, 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 boop, boop. Come on, how many people do that? If you do that, I want you to send a heart, because come on, I'm not the only one who does that.
I love that.
Yeah, anyway, 222, she's 17 years old. And they really appreciate it when you make a time just for them and you go out with them or you talk to them.
For sure.
It's so an amazing thing.
Do too. My little grandchildren, they love it also. And they can tell also. They know if someone's watching them.
And somebody's face art.
Face it art. She said.
Yeah, my aunt did that.
Yeah. See?
What she do, the toot toot toot.
That's really cute. Yeah, I think it makes a really big difference, and I think our kids know that today too. I think we're really lucky that we grew up at a time where our parents weren't on the phone constantly, and that wasn't a part of that interruption. I think today making that time is a really good. That would be my recommendation. Make them the gift of time. I think spending.
Yeah, I think that's really important. Yeah.
And you know what? It's less expensive if you're worried about the economics. Thing.
It is less than. Okay, so now I have a better question for you.
Okay.
We live far away from our grandchildren, don't we? You and I have a few that are far away. Yeah. How do you do that when your kids are far away? So
then you give presents. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I still think you could do the time.
You can, but I'm so dependent on that. I'm dependent on my daughter and son-in-law to call me and do that and see what time works for them. So I do love that. I do. I mean, look, in my bedroom today, why would I have a puppet, a Dr. Seuss book, and all these other things? I've got everything ready for that Zoom phone or FaceTime phone call, you know?
This is a message to our children, wherever they may be, all over the world. All children should know this message. It's an important message. My grandma is waiting for you to make sure your children speak to us 15 times a day.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you're never wasting our time because we always like to hear that.
Oh,
It's so
totally.
true.
Oh my gosh, it's the highlight
We
of
miss
my
it.
Totally. Totally. I love it. I love it so much.
It's so funny because sometimes I wonder, it's more than, you know, when they talk to you and they have a conversation that, especially when they get older and they're having these deeper conversations, it really, you know, it touches you very deeply.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I know. I'm not there yet. Mine's still
Okay.
4, but we talk a lot.
Yeah, I
He has
know.
a lot
We
to
can
say.
puppet.
Yeah, we have, and he has requests. He's like, okay, can we sing the butterfly song now? And all.
Oh, that's so cute.
He has what he wants.
We have the Curious George book.
Okay,
Do you remember the Curious? So I have it in my drawer in my room, and the kids are always saying, "Bubby, where's the Curious George book?" That's from one of the families. I want you to read me the Curious George book.
I love that. See, isn't that great?
Yeah. Okay. Face it out. I tell my preschoolers that part of getting ready for Shabbos is calling grandparents to say good Shabbos. I love you. Oh, that's so true. It's so true. That's such a cute idea when they call. It is. It's really hearing
sweet.
their voices really can make somebody's day. And, sometimes because we're older and the houses are emptier, and you sometimes find yourself needing just that.
Yeah, it's really true.
That life.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a special life, young kids. Yeah.
They really do.
Anyways, I think we're coming up to the end of this. Am I right? Yeah. And
I don't even know.
yeah, I didn't time it today, but I'm sorry we were late. I was at the hospital having some checkup in my ear, and I don't know about you, but in England, you go to the NHS, it's all for free, which is fantastic. So you go to the hospital and you have an appointment for 1:00 and it goes until 5 because there's thousands of other people who are waiting.
Oh my gosh.
But you're getting it for free, so you shut up and you say nothing because it's so good that you get it for free. You guys have to pay for this service.
Yeah.
So
Don't wait a lot of times. Maybe not as long, but
yeah. Oh, it was terrible today. I really had to wait. Yeah. Anyway, that was that. Anyway, before we go, is there anything that you want to add this week? That a bit of a pick-me-up for the week?
Oh gosh, I have no idea. I hope everyone just has a Chodesh Tov. It's a very special month, and a wonderful Shabbos. And yeah, I am curious if anyone used the challah recipes. And I guess the other one, the salad.
Yeah, the salad. And we'll post them again.
We'll go through my kitchen each week.
Yeah, we'll post it again underneath Mitzvah Hashem. Okay. And what's my parting words? My parting words is also, we should all have a good month. For me, this month is actually a little bit bittersweet. It's coming up to 12 days from now is my mother's yahrzeit, and it's the 3rd year, and it's a hard time. Personally, I find it actually, you could get really down in yourself and you feel down, and it's hard, but I love coming on here, and I love meeting everybody who's part of this uplift because it really uplifts me. It makes me have a bit more of excitement towards everything. And I just hope you all have a very, very good month full of happiness. And Thanksgiving, whoever celebrates it, happy Thanksgiving. And we should all continue to thank each other and Hashem.
Yes.
And have a great week. And we're signing off. Bye.
Bye.